Shalom to you, Akim out there. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salute to you, sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. Okay, and this is just a few words. I'm gonna make this a short video. Going into the thing going on with Whoopi Goldberg right now, in which the media is basically, I guess I can call it a little smear campaign. All right, because of some comments that she made on her TV show that she co-hosts with, with a couple of other females, a couple of other cougars, all right, called The View, in which she mentioned something about the Holocaust, all right, that the so-called Jews, she didn't view the Nazis doing what they did to the so-called Jews as a race crime, it wasn't based on race, because what she basically said was that it was white people killing white people, that it had nothing to do with race. That's what she said, okay? And when you really look at it, she didn't say anything wrong. She didn't say anything wrong at all. She said it was one people's inhumanity against another's inhumanity. She didn't say anything that I wouldn't call that as being something offensive to the small hats out there, all right? Because you so-called Jews, you consider yourselves white people, so-called white people, all right? When it comes to race-wise, you consider yourselves white, okay? All throughout the world, there's images of the Lord, even though you so-called Jews don't believe in quote-unquote Jesus, all right? But all throughout the world, the image of who the world believes is Christ is a so-called white man, and they affiliate him with being a so-called Jew. When you look at icons, not the ancient icons, the Renaissance icons and Renaissance art, all of the biblical figures are so-called white people, and all of those biblical figures are supposed to be Jews, right? So-called Jews, really Israelites, because there's 12 tribes of Israelites. The tribe of Judah is only one tribe, and that's where you get the term Jew from, okay? And I'm gonna bring out a scripture that proves that the Jews, the real Jews, are black, all right? But regarding Whoopi Goldberg's comment, what she apologized for, she apologized about her comments, which I don't really feel like she owed you devils an apology, okay? Because she didn't say anything wrong, all right? And I'm by no means defending Whoopi Goldberg because, she's a sellout. She's an Edomite lover. She has a history with, what's the guy named? Ted Danson, I think. I think that's his name. That used to play in Cheers, all right? When she put on the blackface and all of that. So Whoopi, Whoopi, she's in love with these devils, man, And in her view of the Holocaust, which she basically said it was inhumane and it was wrong, but she just didn't view it as crimes against humanity based upon race, okay? And you so-called Jews, don't you consider yourselves a religion more so than a race, okay? You allow people to convert into your beliefs as long as they willing to commit all of the wicked acts as long as they're willing to accept all the wicked acts that you basically are into, all right? Okay, so they sitting here basically, it just pretty much shows you who controls the media, all right? Because Whoopi Goldberg has been suspended from her TV show, The View, that she co-hosts with a bunch of other cougars for 2 weeks, all right? And now she's threatening to quit, in which I think she should have just quit in the first place. She should have just quit in the first place and said, screw y'all, and don't give them an apology, all right? When you so-called black people gonna wake up and look, man, and basically say, F you, man. F the mainstream media, man. Especially you celebrity jakes who sold out, who already has a household name, right? Because it's the same situation that happened with Nick Cannon, okay? I mean, you can't stand so much more to lose. You have a name already that if you was to just open up a YouTube channel and just basically talk, you're gonna get tons of views and followers and all of that all over social media, man. And you're going to continue to make money. So what in the hell you need to be on these mainstream TV shows for? They need you more than anything. All right? So the same thing that happened with Nick Cannon, apologizing to these small hats, all right, for basically telling the truth. Same thing Whoopi did. Same thing Whoopi Goldberg did, all right? They apologize and apologize, and yet these devils still don't show any mercy whatsoever, okay? All right? So she got a 2-week suspension, and what she says she don't view it as race, as a crime against race, because she's a so-called black woman. She said if that was white people attacking black people, then, you know, basically what she was saying, if that's white people attacking black people, then she could see that's race involved. Or if it was black people attacking white people, that's race involved. Or if it's Chinese, white. So, you know, you get the picture, okay? All right? But Adolf Hitler, which was a so-called Jew himself, okay? All right? And which they say, you know, he's responsible for the Holocaust. And that's a whole nother story, but I'm not even gonna go into, okay? Because you already know our views on that here at Great Millstone, man. Okay, all you gotta do is do some investigative research, and you can find out some truth on that. Okay, because they're actually calling Whoopi Goldberg a Holocaust denier. They're calling her an anti-Semite. She never denied the Holocaust. All right, and it's impossible for her to be an anti-Semite because she's actually an Israelite. She's Shemitic herself. The only people that can be anti-Semites are Hamites, which are people from Africa, all right, and Japhetic people, okay? When you look at the Table of Nations in the Bible, all right? You had, out of Noah's 3 sons, you had Ham, you had Shem, and Japheth. Ham and Japheth are the only 2 nations of people that can be labeled anti-Semite, okay? But you so-called black people, you derived from Shem, okay? You so-called Negro, I'm talking about you so-called Negroes here in America, not you black Africans, man. You black Africans that go back to Africa, all right, the land of Ham, you're actually Hamites, okay? And even the Japhetic people are dark-skinned people. That's them Aborigines from Australia, them Aborigines of Papua New Guinea, all right? Them Aborigines of Hawaii, Guam, and Sam, and all them islands out there in the Pacific. Those are all Japhetic people, all right? So those are the only people that can actually be labeled anti-Semites, because everybody else actually derived from Shem, okay? All right? The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, in which Whitney Houston, Whoopi Goldberg is a Shemite, all right? An Israelite from the tribe of Judah, I believe she's from, okay? Okay, but then you have other nations who actually derive from Shem, like the Chinese and the Japanese, the East Indians and the Arabs, okay, and including the so-called white man, which is the nation of Edom. All of these people derived from Shem, okay? They all derived from Shem. So it's impossible for a so-called black man, a so-called Negro, to be an anti-Semite, all right? Because he's, in fact, a Semite. He's Semitic or Shemitic himself. That's where you get the word Semite from Shem, okay? From one of Noah's sons, one of Noah's 3 sons, Shem, okay? But the small hats, they lie and deceive and play with so much witchcraft and trickery, okay? They have the people fooled, man, you know? They quick to play the victim and label anyone who exposes their wrongdoings an anti-Semite, all right? But just to go into the scriptures and prove that the Jews are so-called black people, this is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah concerning the dearth, all right, which the dearth represents a famine that was coming to the land, all right? It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. Judah, talking about the tribe of Judah, where the word Jew is derived from, okay? It says, Judah mourneth, meaning the Jews are going to be in a state of mourning, right? When you look at so-called black man all throughout America since they arrived on these lands, okay, during the time of slavery all the way up to date, our people are still in a state of mourning, okay? Living in poverty, you know, and being oppressed, being harassed, right? Being treated as second, third class citizens, okay? So they're in a state of mourning, having to deal with violence in their communities, drugs in their communities, all right? Disease in their communities, households broken up. So they're in a state of mourning, our people, the so-called black people who make up the real tribe of Judah. And we're going to get the color. It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. The gates represents the leadership of the tribe of Judah, all right? All the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jackasses, okay? The Farrakhuns, right? The Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, right? This is February, so it's so-called Black History Month, right? All of the leaders of so-called black people in America that actually fell off. That's what the word languish means to be weakened, okay? Because a lot of our people sold out. They took a bag and cut deal with the so-called white man to pacify our people, all right? You know, so the leaders of the so-called black man here in America have basically become weakened, meaning they're not strong. They're not standing firm for their people, okay? It says, the gates thereof languish, they are black unto the ground, all right? They are black unto the ground, meaning they are dark-skinned. When you look up that word Qadarwa in the Hebrew, okay? They are dark-skinned. The Jews, going back into the tribe of Judah, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, they are black unto the ground. They are dark-skinned, okay? They are a dark people. They are black unto the ground. There's no way you can get a so-called white man out of that, okay? So the real Jews are black people, so-called Negroes here in America, okay? It says, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. That's right, because the Lord has woken certain Israelites up, certain so-called black men up to their nationality, and we cry unto the Heavenly Father to do what? To basically to deliver us, man, from all of the hell that we're catching here in America, okay? And we do the service of the Lord, man, all right? But there you have it. The scriptures prove that the real Jews are black. So the comment that Whoopi Goldberg made about, you know, the Holocaust back in Germany wasn't about race, but it was about white people being inhumane to other white people. That's pretty much solid, man. Okay, and when you really dig deeper into it, you would and listen to what some of the things that Hitler was saying. He was basically telling the small hats to get out of that Swatzer religion. That's a Swatzer religion, meaning a black religion. Okay, all right, meaning what? Being a Jew is for black people, because black people are the real Jews. Okay, that's historical and it's biblical according to the prophecies, man. All right, so I'm gonna end this video on that note. Say shalom, wa barakim to you brothers out there. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.